Allie from Inspiralized, and this is my first video of 2016, and I figured I'd start things off by doing a what I ate video. So I'm going to start this video off a little differently because today was a very important day. It was the deadline for my manuscript for the Inspiralized cookbook number 2 called Inspiralize Everything, and I finished it and I handed it in to my editor. But I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, drank about 4 cups of coffee, and got it in by that 11 a.m. deadline. So I didn't really have any time to make a breakfast, obviously. I was actually cooking all morning. I had one of these bars. They're RX bars. It is a pumpkin spice flavor. Can you see it? I had one this morning, and it was just a quick way to fuel myself until lunch, which is now. So I'm gonna make some lunch. I have a bunch of leftovers from some recipe testing and some random vegetables I just roasted because I knew I'd need them for the week. So it's gonna come together really, really quickly. Let me show you. All right, so I made a recipe with black lentils. You might have seen it on my Instagram. It was honestly amazing and I cannot wait for it to be in the cookbook. And then I roasted last night actually some butternut squash and Brussels sprouts, which are underneath. And I have hemp seeds, some leftover avocado that's honestly probably too overripe, but we're gonna have it anyway. And then I haven't had coconut bacon in a while, so I'm gonna add that in there. And if you haven't seen my other video where I use this is the coconut bacon that I bought from Amazon. I'm gonna start with my leftover lentils. They are Beluga lentils, which are also known as black lentils. And that's gonna be my lean vegetarian protein. All right, and now I'm just gonna add in a plentiful scoop of this roasted butternut squash. And to roast it, I just put it in the oven. I cubed it first, obviously. Ooh. And I roasted it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. And I seasoned it just with paprika, chili powder, and salt and pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. Okay, and in the bottom here are the Brussels sprouts, if you can see them. And I roasted these just with soy sauce and a little bit of pepper. And I put those in with the butternut squash so they all roasted at the same time. Actually, at the end, with the Brussels sprouts, I broiled them for 2 minutes. So they once were crispy, but now they're softened because they were in the refrigerator. So let me try to get those out. Love me some Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts, these little baby cabbages. Okay, so we have the lentils, the butternut squash, and the Brussels sprouts. And now I'm just gonna add in a pinch of hemp seeds, because I'm really into that right now. And next is to add in that leftover avocado, which, as you can see, is almost completely browned, but it's still good. I have to get in my daily avocado, so that's a good amount. And now I'm just gonna take the coconut bacon and sprinkle a little bit over. All right, there it is. Simple lentils, butternut squash, Brussels sprouts, avocado, and hemp seeds. All right, you might already know this, it might be basic information to you, but a lot of the times when we feel hungry, it's really because our bodies are slightly dehydrated, so we're actually just thirsty. Next time, whenever you have a craving, just drink some water beforehand and see if that does it. Just let it sit in your system for 5 or 10 minutes, and then if you're still hungry after that, then have a healthy snack. So I haven't really drank much water today because I've been running around trying to cook and finish this manuscript and get ahead of all my emails, and I have a call in about 2 minutes. So when I am feeling hungry and I know it's because of thirst, I have this unsweetened black tea. I'm gonna show you. I take a lemon wedge and I squeeze it in this glass and then add it in. And then I used unsweetened black tea. This is from Whole Foods. It's their 365 organic line. And I just pour it into the cup. And honestly, it satisfies my hunger almost immediately. And tea is healthy and good and hydrating and detoxifying for you, especially with that lemon. All right, I'm gonna have a little glass. Today has been really, really productive, but I need a little refueling. So I'm making a pot of coffee. If you can hear that, that's the alarm going off right now because it's done. And I'm also gonna have just a handful of some trail mix that actually Lou made. Okay, so here it is, and I mean, how impressed are you that he did this? So we have it in this little OXO saving container, and it's basically pecans, cashews, almonds, raisins, and goji berries. So sometimes we put pitas in here as well, but this is what we made this time. p.m. It's a little late start to dinner. I just got back from the gym. I did a 45-minute spin class, feeling good, and now I'm gonna make dinner. I'm making gluten-free chicken parmesan with zucchini noodles. Let me show you. All right, so I have everything set up for you, so it's gonna go easily. This is my egg wash. That's just 1 beaten egg. I have 2 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, and then I have 3/4 cup of almond flour, and then I have this Italian breadcrumb seasoning mix that I made. It has onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, basil, parsley, red pepper flakes. So I'm just gonna add that in here, and then I'm just gonna whisk it together until it's combined. I have that. I'm gonna add it here to this plate and just spread it out so that it's easy to dip in the chicken. So now I have my assembly line. I got the chicken, the egg wash, and the breadcrumbs. So I'm gonna take the chicken and dip in the egg. Ooh, slimy. Okay, and then just kind of flip it over and pat over the almond flour and try to get it all nicely breaded on there. All right, and now that that's done, I'm just gonna add it here to my parchment paper lined baking tray. And I'm gonna repeat for my chicken. I just cleaned the plate off, and now I'm adding my breadcrumb seasoning. So this one doesn't have the Parmesan cheese. I still think it has a great flavor. All right, so same thing, dip in the egg wash and let it sort of drip off. And then I'm gonna add it, ooh, messy. Add it here to the plate, flip over, and same thing, just pat through. Alright, so I had a really big issue with my camera and it's not working right now, so I grabbed my iPhone, so hopefully this looks okay on YouTube when I upload it. This is ready and I'm going to bake in the oven at 400 for 15 minutes. Okay, now's the fun part, spiralizing the zucchini. Alright, so next step is prepping the zucchinis to be spiralized, and all you need to do is slice the ends off flatly and evenly, which you can see I already did with this one. Okay, so just like that, flatly and evenly, trying not to waste any of the zucchini on that side, and then I'll show you from this angle. So here's the Inspiralizer. You can tell by the green knob. To clarify, it's not available on Amazon. A lot of people think it is, but it's not. It's only available on my site, insprlz.it, or through williamsonoma.com actually. Okay, so we set it to blade D, and there's a little triangular indicator on the side which aligns, so that's blade D, and that'll make the spaghetti-sized noodles. And the only thing that we need to do is just secure it in the center right here, and then secure the end. And because I'm using an iPhone, I have to keep dropping it, but we're all ready to go. And you should grab this side handle for leverage and just crank this handle, and then the noodles will come out this end. All right, and here we go. And of course, everyone's little favorite part at the end. And I'm actually doing 2 zucchinis because I'm making this for 2 people. So I'm just gonna load this next one in. Alright, I just took it out of the oven, and I'm going to add on this Rao's tomato basil pasta sauce, which is my favorite. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on loose. Okay, I'm going to open up a little bit of this Rao's and just pour in a little less than 1/4 cup. And just sprinkle that on top. And spread with the back of the measuring spoon. There you go. And do the same for the other one. Okay. And now it is time for the cheese. So this is the cheese I bought at the grocery store over the weekend. It's Organic Valley mozzarella. And I'm just gonna sprinkle that on just loose because I'm gonna do without. All right, I'm doing this one-handed with the iPhone, so bear with me. Okay, so just sprinkle like that. Let's say this is a little more than 2 teaspoons, almost less than 1/4 cup. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back in the oven and bake for another 5 or 10 minutes or until the cheese melts. And meanwhile, I'm gonna heat up some extra sauce, and that's gonna go over the cooked zucchini noodles. I'm going to coat this pan with a little bit of cooking spray and add in my zucchini noodles that I spiralized before. And then I'm gonna take some pasta tongs and just toss them until they're al dente, and then I'm gonna top with the sauce that is nicely heating up. Okay, so we are all done here, and you see the moisture in the skillet. Now I'm going to drain these noodles into a colander. Right, so I have my colander set in my sink, and I'm literally just going to pour the zucchini noodles out in there and drain them. And that's the oven telling me that the chicken's ready. Perfect timing. Alright, I just took it out of the oven. You can see Lou's is nice and bubbly, and mine's all done. And now I'm just going to come over here and divide the zucchini noodles into 2 plates. Alright, and now that they're divided, I'm going to just take this heated sauce and pour over each portion. Okay. Alright, so this one's going to go for me. And then this one, one-handed again, is going to go for Lou. And then I'm actually going to add in a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese on top. A little more. You can never have too much parm. There. Alright, we're all set. Time to eat. Alright, thanks for bearing with me tonight with my technical difficulties. I'm off to eat this bowl of pasta and watch the new episode of New Girl with Lou. Have a good night. Bye. It's snack time. We're having dried mango slices. We got them at Whole Foods. This is the brand, and I'm pretty sure it's from Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. And I'm going to have a couple slices. Lou, do you want to get one?
Oh, these are great.
These are so good. Have about 2 big ones. Yum.